It's Alan Wake time. It's Alan Wake time, and our camera's too low. Probably because we made it into an Arthur cam last time, which I don't regret. Gonna do that every time. Hey, Bob. Welcome, everyone. We're playing more Alan Wake. Things kind of kicked off in a big way last time, right at the end of stream. Um, and we're picking up exactly where we left it. Uh, I have from reading ahead because I have not really been able to play this one ahead at all, so it's going to be a surprise to me. But from reading ahead on the mechanics, there will eventually be a way for us to do manual saves, but right now we're still sort of riding the quick saves. Um, so I was like, I'm not going to be able to pre-play this to preview things. Sorry, accidental alliteration there. To like check ahead for content warnings and the like, given that it's a new enough game that I wasn't really going to be able to rely as heavily on doesthedogdie.com for that. So I wanted to play ahead a little bit and see like, okay, what's this next chapter going to bring that I can forewarn about? Except without a manual save, I can't do that. So tonight's gonna be a surprise. Hooray. I'm sure it'll be fine. Given how much we've already been hit with, I imagine we've probably seen a lot of the worst for now. Famous last words. And we'll talk about that more in a second. But but yeah, we've already seen a lot. So gird your mental loins is a sentence I just said. That's the mode tonight. How are y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. It's been a very good day here. It was my birthday yesterday, which was very nice. Despite the fact that it was also daylight savings time. Although I guess this is the arguably better of the two time changes. There is no good time change. I don't know if that's true. There's no good daylight savings time shift. There, that one I feel pretty confident saying. Um, Thank you, Bob. Many happy returns and exchanges. But yeah, it was nice. And then today was also nice as a kind of like keep the birthday spirit going all year round, or at least in this case for 2 days instead of one, which is good. It's a good day full of cats and sunshine, as days should be. And now we're ending it on this spooky, scary game full of murder and gore. So, which is also a thing that I like. So it's the best all around. Even though that made it sound like they're contrasted, they're not. Um, but yeah. So I hope that all of y'all are doing well. Before we dive into this, I refuse to put on brain pants. That's fair. You know what? You do you. If a brain wore pants, would it wear them like this or like? Okay, we're not going to get into that discussion. The discussion we are going to get into is this one, where we talk about the content warnings, which is what I've been not so obliquely leading up to this whole time. This game has a lot of them, and that's just the ones I know about so far. There might be more, and I'll keep this updated as best I can as we go. One big one that the game itself warns us about, and that we've already seen plenty of. I think they're going to use pretty regularly as a narrative device, but also as a visual and cinematic device, is flashing lights and strobing sequences. So wanted to forewarn on that. And honestly, I might look for a game almost specifically on the condition that it not have flashing lights and strobing sequences as like a break, because it feels like we've had a few of those in a row. Um, it just so many games have that. But this one has some pretty intense ones. So a big four. I'm just gonna keep talking about that one to stress the emphasis on it. Another big one: blood, gore, violence, specifically with knives, guns, and violence of a ritual nature, which we saw on pretty full display early on. But I think we're gonna see more of in a reprisal of the first game's Taken. The Taken used like axes and knives, and then of course Alan, and in this case I think Saga probably is going to be using guns. But the violence seems a lot more visceral this time around. There's a lot more blood and gore than was in the first game, so I definitely wanted to give a forewarning on that for those who are familiar with Alan Wake 1.
Something's nagging at me. Need to look at the case board.
All right, hang on. We'll get to the game. Just stop prompting me, game. There were a couple of scenes or there was one cutscene right off the bat that involved intense eye contact, which I know can be bothering for some folks. Jump scares, the strobing sequences sometimes come out of nowhere. There may be other types of jump scares, but there are definitely some of those. So I know that the game is not scared of using those. Distorted visual and audio. The Dark Place, or the Dark, I think that's what they call it, the Dark Place, likes to specifically deal with like distorted reality. So that's going to be a theme, and they represent that both through the visuals and distorted audio. So I wanted to give forewarning on that. Also, we've heard at least a couple of instances so far of some ableist language, specifically around mental health, but there may be some others. Everybody's historically pretty good on avoiding just outright ableism. But I think they're trying to represent the like hokey small town cops with some of the language. So I wanted to give a forewarning that there may be more of that ahead, with some antiquated and just outright ableist terms, hopefully briefly used. But used in a negative context, so not like the narrative is not supporting the people in the use of their language, but the words are still there, and wanted to give that. Since I last looked at this, the Does the Dog Die entry, which is linked in our content warning tab, if you do !CW in the chat, they'll pull that up at any time. The link goes directly to the entry for Alan Wake 2, where you can just search Alan Wake 2 at doesthedogdie.com. It's actually more populated than the last time I was there. I did my contributions, but also some other folks have been in there since. And I've gotten some things that I've not encountered personally. So I last checked that like 3 or 4 days ago. So hopefully it's been even further updated since then. So look for more entries and detailed bits and bobs beyond just what I listed there. Although hopefully that's a pretty comprehensive list. I don't want to. I'll probably never get to the point that I'm itemizing every single thing, and there may be things that are not. Content aware triggers for me that are for you. So definitely check that out for a more comprehensive list. All right, that's all that. Of course, this game may keep you awake. Boy, ain't that the truth. That was how things went last time. I talked about it at the end of last stream, but it really it kicked off very quickly, and then it kind of got mellow in the middle, and then it ramped right up at the end. So I'm very curious to see if this one does like a similar narrative horseshoe where, or if it's gonna like it ended on literally the giant title card of end of chapter. So I'm wondering if it's gonna like start us off mellow and then just go wee in the end, or if we get like a middle spike this time and then mellow on both ends, or I don't know. Let's find out together. We're gonna get into it now that we've done the content warnings, which is the important part. That's not. I reached for my controller, but that's not what we're using for this. We're using a mouse and keyboard.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
We haven't left.
Just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're going to do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
So we were attacked by a zombie of FBI agent Nightingale who's been missing for 13 years.
Mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit.
Mass and keyboard, nice.
Natural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward.
Yeah, what happened? The sheriff who just vanished in front of us and seemed to know it was coming.
Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery.
Is this the work of the cult?
The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal. Their purpose.
Hey. Figure out where Nightingale went, look around for
One of the
clues.
pages on the floor.
Yeah.
These pages are important. Breaker dropped one before he disappeared.
Now, he was over... I thought he was over here. Was he over here? Oh. This is the other guy. Ooh, let's not step in the blood.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale. Into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
You can read your collected manuscript pages in the Mind Place. I thought I saw something glint over here. Did I imagine that? I imagined that. Alright. We're going to do the Resident Evil thing and just check all the corners of the room. Oh, hang on. Do. Please mark next autopsy. It took me a second to realize that L kid and R kid were left kidney and right kidney, not like children. There's a game that I haven't played, but I kind of want to. Possibly, like, it'll be a long time for next Halloween, but maybe I'll just do it for a fun, off-season spooky stream at some point. Called Mortuary Assistant, which seems extremely fun. But this one, that board just immediately reminded me of it. Radio. We have a radio. I'll follow you into the dark. Really? Let's get a copyright strike. Okay, that's the song that we heard at the end of the chapter. That's cool. Okay, that's our manuscripts. Now, caseboard. Our goal, figure out where Nightingale went. Point of interest cases track object information that Saga has required to chart collection progress.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Migi or Miji? Migi and Dolly is flipping weird. Alright. I'll take your word for it. So this is... Nope, not that one. This is... Here? There. The writer of the note is leaving these to inspire someone. Are they really for me? Alright. Okay, so we've got... If we collect the lunchboxes, they're not just collectibles, they're also a separate case. That's neat. Alright, back to the actual, main objective. Multiple actors wearing deer masks. Okay.
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer.
Fair. Case closed, really.
The cult of the tree is behind
Neat.
these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
Cult of the Tree. Background cases accumulate clues about broader ongoing topics. You just put it on the board.
I need to know more about the cult of the tree if I'm going to shut them down.
Football is sparkling in the background. Oh. Alright. Cult goal. What kind of cult? Are you a good cult or a bad cult? Who's involved? Alright, so we've got... Cultists performing rituals to create monsters. It seems like a goal. Okay. Victim's body organs are covered in writing. Page on the chest. Alright. Nightingale was the only victim to become a monster. Why? Victims of cult killing became a monster. No, alright. No, not that. All right. Kind of cult. Eh? Hooray! The symbols. Deer mask. Goes into psychology, alright. It's kind of the same symbol, but alright.
Nope.
Where's this go? Under gold? Really? Alright. Alright, so we need extra clues to fill out the rest of this. Yeah, we have no idea who's involved yet. Arcane territory? A warning? Controller disconnected. Well, yeah, we're not using it. Yeah, I know. Feels like something out of a horror movie. Yeah, like the Blair Witch Project. Right there. Can we profile? Profile. No, we cannot profile. Alright, if we leave this place, can we find more stuff? Ooh. Oh, we have a inventory. Some health. Pistol. Alright, hang on one second. If we...
Must be locked from the other side.
Can I talk to you again? No. Can we examine the body? No. Alright. On the wall? No. Alright. We gone in here? No. Oh, jeez. So much death. Can we go here?
I can't force it open.
No. Okay. So that's... Alright, that's as much map as we've got. Okay. Nope. Did I leave something in the mine place, maybe? Hang on, drop my brain. No, nothing there. Nothing on that body. Do I need to reread Alan's note? Maybe that'll inspire us. It seems fine here. Alright, is there anything... Oh, not there. Okay, we can't leave the mine place. That would be cool, though. We could just walk outside in our own mind.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. He was there too, Nightingale. Was, but wasn't a Taken, a creature of darkness. He was beyond her reach, where some other strange reality, the Dark Place, merged with ours. This place and the Dark Place, a tarp thrown over top, drowning everything beneath it, a flood of darkness, soaking into everything, spoiling it, rotting it. The page called this area an overlap. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult, required precise steps, a ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster before he killed again. Her job. He'd be inside, waiting for her.
Alright.
The Mile High Strangler case. Proud of that one.
Doesn't seem like we have, like, here where Nightingale went. Okay. Doesn't seem like we have anything left over from this.
The autopsy room was a mess, like a bomb had gone off. Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her under the light, lurched past her. The Taken could not see into bright light. The light hurt them, hurt the darkness in them, made them vulnerable. I flick the switch, it goes click. Show me the clicker, lights are off, but somebody's home. Hemingway brought you here, witch. Get out of my house, Nightingale shouted. A wave of terror crashed through Saga's head. The awful truth. Nightingale had no heart in his chest, but here he was, killing a monster. The world had lurched out of balance. You found yourself trapped on the far side of the mirror.
Mm-hmm. We're just looking for like a trail? Because, you know, it feels like it's here. But we can't go here. Can I get your keys?
I can't get through this.
Casey, we're stuck. We're trapped in here. We're going to die together. It's been very fun. We had a short run, but a good one nevertheless.
The heart is gone too. Did the fucker take it with him?
Okay, that seems like a clue. Can we open up? Is there something in one of these morgue trays? No. Oh, hang on. Need a very precise angle, apparently. Okay, give me that. I saw a prompt for like a half a second, and then it was gone. Oh, oh. There, okay. What is this? Battery pack. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Items. Okay, we got the necklace, we got that. Alright. None of this is helpful.
Can't be opened on this side.
Yeah, but we can't open the other door either. We can't take out our gun, so there's nothing here that we can shoot. I appreciate that the other officer here isn't solid, so we can just moonwalk through them. It's a diagram of the heart. Okay, well, if that one thing would only let us grab it from a certain angle, maybe there's other stuff here that we need to, like, be at a certain angle to interact with? Maybe that's what... Can I only open this from a certain angle? Because that's an open door, right? Love is an open door? Let me in! Let me in! What an awkward way to block off the entrance to a room. Like, we can clearly open this. And yet. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. It opened, sort of? No. Alright. Open that. I found it. Alright. We're gonna look at the controls. Maybe last time we didn't have our flashlight mapped. Maybe is there something that isn't mapped? No, shoot is there. We have flashlight. Do I need to be able to boost our flashlight? Toggle flashlight reload. Oh, right, because of the batteries. Like boost. We'll go ahead and give that maybe. Weird, but sure. We don't have any quick slots, and that's it. All right. No, we can't boost yet. Can't reload. Wow, we just instantly hit a wall. Can we open the bag? Can't open the bag. Can't hit the button. Casey! Casey, help! I'm trapped in Cardamundi. Okay. All this stuff. He was briefly on the other side of this glass when he, like, was trying to intimidate us. We're less than 2 hours into this game, and I'm about to have to look up how to leave the autopsy room. Casey mentioned the heart being gone, which I feel like is a clue. Let's go back to the case board. Let's go back to the case board. Maybe there's... We literally have no clues, and that is the only way I know how to interact with this. I like that we can click on these to find out what we need to do next, at least in terms of the type of thing. I hope there's not a... Okay, if we take that and go back to this... Okay, this is case closed. And that can't be the thing. Alright, so it's gotta be...
A dead man turned into a monster.
There it is.
As a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future? There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
Okay. Alright. Now we have clues. Yeah, that sigh that Saga does is exactly what I'm feeling. Profile someone. Alright. Now can we profile? Oh. Yeah. Nightingale? Do we have a new one? No. Keep forgetting that tab is not... Tab exits us all the way out. Profile. Nightingale went back to Cardinal Lake and he's taken. Figure out where Nightingale went. Okay. Are we reprofiling him? Alright, so we can... Doesn't help us any. Go back here.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years.
Pretty sure we've seen this.
How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark.
Yeah, there's nothing new here. Can we talk to... Has that unlocked anything new? It has. Okay.
The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to...
We got there.
Stop him. Before anyone else gets hurt.
Only took 20 minutes. Ace Detective. We figured out how to open a door.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two
You get
handle
spooked
things
by
here.
the
We need to
bodies?
get
There's
back to
literally a
Cauldron Lake
corpse in front of
immediately.
you, my dude.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
Well, I don't trust you immediately.
But that's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything? He's dead.
Take first aid courses. Someone's life might depend on it.
Well, yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real,
Oop,
and
oop, oop.
what do you mean the sheriff disappeared? Like poof? He's gone like magic? Magic's not real.
Magic's not real, right, Mulligan?
Monsters aren't real, and magic's
Oop, oop, wait.
definitely not.
Shortcut key? No. Okay, I appreciate that the cult necklace is apparently a usable item. Ooh, alright. Nice of them to let us in here. Yes, good. I made a Resident Evil comparison earlier, but this is a generous, inventory.
I need something to cut this.
We need bolt cutters. It's gonna open up a whole bunch of stuff. I also need to remember I have a sprint.
They're a fine pair.
It's been light outside this whole time. Didn't feel like it. Felt very nighttimey.
Oh dear.
Adventure tours? Yes. Show me.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. If only had a tour guide. Also, it's bear season. No, a bear. Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow, Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right, I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine. And I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But
For a split second, I thought that was Bryan Cranston.
the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Jaakko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government. Yeah, bolt cutters. Oh, wow. You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere.
Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
You thermos.
Lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
Fantastic. Anytime there's a TV in a Remedy game, you got it's gold. Every time. God. Well, we got to find those bolt cutters they were talking about. Ooh, can we go in here? Yes. I realize I already wasted 20 minutes getting stuck in the morgue, but like now I'm intentionally wasting time. That's a completely different matter. I am stealing your ammunition, though. It's realistically safer with me than in a police station, let's be honest. Oop, 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 wait. Yes! Oh. I wanted to take their toilet paper. It's fine. I'm just gonna wander back here, check myself in, and ooh, map. Map, yes.
Are you gonna let me speak to them or not?
Just a moment, ma'am. Someone will be right with you.
Ooh, can I log in? Let me log in. You left yourself logged in! You don't do this. Also, this is terrible. Let's get off of that one immediately. Well, this seems bad. Just so that I'm taking your ammo too. Anything over here? Just the mail. Absolutely incredible.
It doesn't budge.
Curses. In here? Yes! Alright.
How many times do we have to do this, Walter? Huh? I'm at my wit's end with you.
I want out! Something bad's going down. I can feel it.
That's true.
Let me out!
Do you think I like throwing you in jail every other day?
Shortcut?
No, I don't.
Curses.
Do you have any idea how much paperwork you're causing me? What's a lot?
And out we go.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, KC?
A smart choice, Anderson.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree.
Fair.
But it's our best lead.
I'm genuinely very curious, like, how long it's gonna be before we actually, like, meet Alan. I'm kind of hoping that it's a while. I'm enjoying getting to play a Saga, FBI agent notwithstanding. But having Alan essentially be the cryptid in the background, I think was a good choice narratively. The car can be used to travel between locations. Yes, I know what a car is, video game. Before we do that, it's over here.
That concludes our debate on whether pets should...
Weather report?
That concludes our debate on whether pets should be allowed at this year's bake sale. For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to the Pat Maine Radio Hour, brought to you by Davis Family Moose Jerky.
Moose jerky.
Boy, what an eventful day here in Bright Falls. By now, we've all seen the FBI setting up shop in town, and I'm sure you're all asking the same question I am. Did they bring all this darn rain with them? Deerfest is right around the corner, and we're all crossing our fingers for sunshine. So, I reached out to our top meteorologist for a weather update.
I think we could skip that one.
From Watery.
I'm gonna take a quick look around.
Are you there?
Meet you back at the car.
See you in a bit.
Great.
Fishing minigame?
And Tapio, what kind
No.
of weather
Alright.
can we expect today? That definitely
Can't go down there because it's flooded. Wait, hang on. Kids of all ages can celebrate Deerfest at the Happy Harvest. Fantastic.
Did you check out the town, Anderson?
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
Waiting on you.
We've been in here. It's the hotel. The lodge. Lodge. Oh, there we go. Piano? Can we play the piano? No. Alright, fine.
I can't get through this.
Yes! Alright, get down. You're dancing at a wedding.
Hey, how are you doing?
Fantastic. Oh. Private. Well, we have to check. Moose.
Rest easy, buddy.
It's the second time we've done that to a, like, taxidermy moose head. I'm wondering if that's a thing. I mostly came in here for the TV. Ooh, map. Hang on. Conspiracy board? Conspiracy board. Whose place is this? Wait. Those... Hang on. Those paintings look extremely familiar. Is this... Are we staying at this lodge? Is this our room?
I can't force it open.
Are we just going back to our hotel room every time we mind place? If so, that's a lot less interesting all of a sudden.
So what's
Alright,
good
out we
here?
go.
Any nice restaurants? I'm a bit of a foodie. Well,
Do the car.
rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer. I mean,
Alright, actual progress now.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago.
Casey.
He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha ha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Yeah. Hey, Bedroad. I have excellent news. You've missed almost nothing.
Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed.
So we started out basically where we ended last time, in the morgue.
This area is supposed to be close to the public.
And then I got stuck for a while because we had to essentially go into Saga's mind place and do a very specific combination of things with the files that I didn't understand in order to get the game to progress. Whereas I was trying to just, like, walk out the door. That was the incorrect thing. We had to stick a metaphysical folder onto a metaphysical wall, and then magically the doors would open, and then we were allowed to progress. That took, I don't know, 15 minutes. And then I dorked around in the police station for a while, just looking for stuff. Yeah, we've got multiple vehicles here. So more or less, I've just been talking with Casey, who has now mentioned that apparently there was a murder cult, possibly the same one, that worships Alan Wake, the main character in whose books shares a name with him, Alex Casey, who started sending him fragments from the books and was copycatting the murders. That's pretty much the biggest thing that's happened, actually, as we're now back here looking for zombie Agent Nightingale.
What will happen? Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming? Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules.
All right, where did I
need to understand this strange logic
last time?
To see the clues.
I feel like I went there last time.
Solve the case.
I'm gonna try to not repeat myself, because I definitely did a lot of side stuff. I have a point of interest. Neat. Oh yeah, we also watched a very good television ad. That one's fun. What is this? Oh, this is the radio ad. That's the weather report. No one needs that. Alright, so we got that. I wonder if... I don't remember that tree being fallen earlier. I wonder how much this area changes now that it's evening. Other than just, like, looking different. Although that's a hell of a view.
I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree. What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
A nice little bench. We could just hang out here. I'm just gonna enjoy this for a moment. That's a nice view. Hello?
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted area signs don't do
Hello.
a damn thing.
Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you.
Guess you guys for the TV ad.
Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on important government business. Fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
Amazing. Works for the Federal Bureau of Control? Yeah. So this is Remedy trying to make it one, like, contiguous universe.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous sweater saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Pulla, Karjalan piirakka.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by. Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. The operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can't gnaw right through a garbage can.
That's all I've got for the moment.
Alright, so he's Finnish. I'm pretty sure the janitor from Control was Swedish.
Just something that shouldn't be here.
Ooh, what's this? Clear signs of tampering. Signal was rerouted into a transmitter that is not one of ours. I fixed it so any alerts will come our way, but it's definitely concerning. I'll make a report for the investigations department, leaving this here in case I'm not the next person to fix things. If you're reading this, check for tampering. We may want to put more secure metal casing around the whole thing so that the raccoons can't get to it anymore. Fantastic. Alright, yeah. Yeah.
A lunchbox again.
Ooh.
Who's leaving these out here?
Alright, I got more fragments. Ew. Is that what these are? So the God's Eyes might be a, like, collectible nearby thing. Which is much better than what I was worried, as in, like, they're there to, we're gonna have to shoot them.
Feels really off.
I was worried they were like the blue plates from Resident Evil.
I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve.
Maybe we can get through there. Alright. Oop. Gotta wait for the map to load in. Okay. Murder site is there, so then, yeah, this is all... Oh, wait, hang on. You go that way. So, straight ahead and then to the right. Okay.
Our crime scene.
Yeah, this was not flooded before.
Rain feels like home.
It's
no sign of Nightingale.
Definitely
But
changing.
the page did place him at Cauldron Lake in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
I wonder if there's stuff that we like could only get if I snooped around earlier. Suddenly glad we snooped around earlier.
Nightingale.
Oh, we're gonna have to go to
These footprints lead.
that weird
Can you
tree
come through
again.
the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case.
Can I get to the front of the...
If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
Now that I know how to do the flashlight, I want to get to the front of the, like, convenience store again. But I'm worried. I'm worried it's blocked off. No! We had to go here the first time. I'm told Ahti was also finished. Okay, cool. I was wondering if that was like a connection that I was missing. Neat. I think what I'm thinking of is that Jesse refers to him as Swedish, which I think is just her misunderstanding. So that's ominous. Because streetlights like that in the first game are essentially like safe havens when you're being chased by enemies. So it being there lets me think that we're going to do a combat. Okay, maybe I was overthinking. Maybe there's nothing in here. It just seemed like there might have been. Can we at least open up the door? No, okay. Oh, breakers? Break 1-9. Bucket on a ladder, the classics. Oh, wait. Collect. Oh, collect. Alright, well, we got something. Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay. Well, we've already got something, so I feel better about coming in here. Oh, wait. 2 things. Monday, September 3rd, some suspicious activity spotted. The fielder thought he saw movement in the bushes. Footprints around the area were found, but some were compromised by the fielder. Note to self, train the fielder. Next day, nothing to report. Some animals regular. Next day, hunters out after dark. Poachers? Heard some gunshots, not one of ours. Gotta keep an eye on those people. They could get more than they bargained for out here. Alright.
Hey, Casey. What's the forest's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson. Just one case without the
A triangle.
I don't get...
Yes, you do.
Hey, Remy, hey, September. Triangle is very good. Deerfest. Bucktooth Charlie. Oh, Bucktooth Charlie. Alright, I think that's everything here. Cool. Alright. Well, we got some important lore. Witch's Ladle. That was the tree I was trying to remember the name of earlier. Oh, yeah, we're going to need this. Oh, that's concerning. So that, hang on, let me... Give me the map again. Alright, so this is actually telling me that there's, like, more points of interest in the store that I haven't messed with yet. Is it that? Is it something inside here? I mean, I figured it would be like the open safe or fuse box. Trying to really calibrate it based on this. Does seem like it's supposed to be somewhere on the front. Thank you for shopping here. No, that's not that. Oh! It's the cult symbol. There. Also, I'm slightly worried that I can take my gun out now, but it's also reassuring. Okay, well, we've got sleeping bags here. There's a... Pardon me, chair. There's stuff here. That has to mean something, right? Like... That wouldn't just be there for nothing, but what the hell does it mean? X marks the spot? I have so many questions. That's gotta be important. There's paintings here, but... Can I crouch? I don't think we have a crouch button. Hold, please. I appreciate y'all's patience as I continually try to figure all this out. We have a dodge, but no crouch. Okay. So that's there. could shoot it. We have enough bullets. No. Okay. Had a coworker who excused himself to a chair during a game of table tennis. I mean, I regularly, beg the pardon of inanimal. Let me finish that whole sentence, but from the beginning. I regularly beg the pardon of inanimate objects when I bump into them, just because it seems courteous. You never know what's going to become a Tsukumagami later. Yeah, best to hedge your bets. Alright, there was another one in here. Oh, but it's on the other side of the locked door, probably. Alright. Well, whatever it is, we'll have to come back to it, I guess. Now, we were going to go down to the lake. We're just looking for clues now. We've got a clue. We have a clue. Footprints? And there are 2 others. Alright. So we follow the footprints. First, let me get back to... There's Casey. So I noticed last time that things looked kind of washed out.
We've seen this symbol before.
So I turned off HDR, which means now, at least on my monitor, things look like hyper-saturated. Which is good and bad. Hopefully it looks okay on the stream, at least. My other monitor, it actually looks fine, which is nice. That was the intent. But the Omen is a little intense. Show me this road here. Alright, that's you. We can try to go south along this road. Whoop, 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 whoop. There. Yeah. It's not showing me this clue, so it must not be related to that case. Ooh, hello? F? Ooh. Yes? Hello? No? Forest control?
Nice talking to you, too.
I do appreciate how much free roam this game has. Like, it's kind of already bit me in the ass a few times in terms of just getting deeply lost, but kind of love it. It's weird that it's not exactly paired with, although, you know, it's early yet, but it doesn't seem as paired again with this. Maybe that's just everywhere. Maybe that's just... Oh, that one's different. Why is that one different? And that one's different. That one's upside down. These are going to be a puzzle later. What the fuck? Anyway, I was going to say, it's weird that the, like, case-solving thing is more linear, whereas the navigation isn't, and it would seem like you'd almost want to do those in the opposite way. But at the same time, like, I don't want to get stuck on the clue puzzle, but I do like just wandering around, especially when this game is so damn pretty. They say the lake is a caldera, something formed by an erupting volcano, or the sinkholes it leaves in its wake. Wake, huh? But what if that's not true? What if it's something else, something less natural, much more man-made, intentional? I say the lake's not formed, it is designed, and it has a purpose. Wait. The lake is a hiding place. Beneath the calm surface lies a secret machinery ready to be activated at the press of a button. And the people with the button, they're in that big house by the lake, preparing. I know it. First drawing, waterline. Real caldera is made from a volcano. Lava. Second drawing, waterline. Engineering structure. Strange machines? Okay. I'm just gonna grab a quick shot of this bit, because that seems like it might be a puzzle for later. Radiostatic overlapping triangles. Is this Oxenfree? Boy howdy. I wish the second game had been better. I really do. Huh, what? And then there's you. That's just an elevator button. You can't fool me. What does it mean? Oh, and then there's you. It's almost every combination. It's quite a few different takes on it. We can't interact with any of them, it doesn't seem like. Oh. We can interact with the guitar. Oh, moose.
I feel bad for these guys.
Moose, Andy. Deer. Also, okay, clearly Saga, like, sympathizing with the taxidermy deer heads is a thing, because that's the third one. And now it's a pattern. You have to tell me later what's wrong with it. I can go into it now, because we got time. Ooh. Cult symbol. Cult symbol.
Wonder what's inside.
Confused?
Take a look around for a way to open this thing. A locked box.
Oh, here it is.
Is that the cult of the tree symbol on it?
Confused? Follow the steps. Wash hands. Take chicken out of fridge. Take nap. Okay. So, sink, fridge, bed. Got it. Okay. That's what these are. Okay. So, bathroom. Now I understand. Okay, so... up, down, but not directly over each other. Hi, Arthur. Hi, baby. Arian. One of these was the sign for Twin Peaks. Hey, Katie. Hang on just a moment. I gotta go click on this button because I have to see... Oh, it is! It's just straight up the Twin Peaks! Yes! Yeah, I think I mentioned it last time, but this game, and honestly, every Remedy game, it kind of... wears their inspiration directly on their sleeve. Hi, baby. Oh yeah, the Among Us. These were originally from my Neeplings, but it just didn't ultimately work out. Okay, but okay. The moth necklace is going away until you can be trusted. All right, so up, down. Ow! Oh. Hi, Arthur. Hi, bud. You know, I'm like... Hi. Okay. I guess the glasses are going off. Hello, baby. So Arthur's here. In case anyone missed that. You're getting flashbacks?
Sure. The North Side Slasher. But that case was completely different.
The trees, Anderson.
Yes, very sweet.
The bodies in the forest.
There you go. Okay, so up, down, askew, and then it was fridge. Okay, so I'm gonna call it hourglass, askew, and then just hourglass, and then the last one was the bed. That's the guitar. That's a chair. That's a chair. Oh yeah, there's the Twin Peaks. It's the washing machine. There's the bed. Okay, those are VCR buttons. All right, so tilty hourglass, regular hourglass, and then VCR. And we go here. Oh, that's very tiny. That. And regular hourglass. I do appreciate that they're glowing at least. And then that. Hey, we did it.
Notes.
Hey.
Looks like they're tools of the trade.
Don't take anything if you aren't one of the trees. If anyone asks for a tree. We feel like we got a couple of good kills in this house back when we played PUBG. God, it is absolutely just a PUBG house. You're 100% right. Oh, okie dokie. Let's see. That's there. That's all there. We were trying, once upon a time, to follow footprints away from the murder site. Which is... Yeah, okay, so we go up this way and to the right. It looked like there was an icon that you were gonna... that you had a thing to say. Yes! We find Nightingale, then what?
After we find Nightingale...
Thank you, Bad Road.
What then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else.
About all this ritual stuff.
Overlaps? Rituals? What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around. Learn what this ritual is.
Ooh, sorry. Alright, we got some of it. Oop, oop, hip. Those are all done. Eat. Come here, baby.
These stashes could contain clues about the cult. Better keep an eye out for more.
Hip. Wah. Oh. Alright. And that one. Lovely. Alright, now. There. I appreciate that you can use either mouse or keyboard for this in case you have a cat on you. It's like they knew. Here. Official, what is it? Symbol? Symbol! Alright, and then what's this? Supplies? Is this who's involved, or is this? Nope.
Trying.
Ritual? Nope. Large amount of supplies. Or psychology, okay. Sure. So this is our main case. Oh, and we have a new lunchbox. There we go. Lovely. That's everything we got. Now, there were... When we started all this, I found footprints immediately and then refused to follow them because I was fucking around, as is my way. And of course now, I have no idea what those footprints were. Oh, thank God. My partner is on it. Thanks, bud. See, this is why we work in teams. Do we think they go this way? I think I see them. It's really hard to tell. I'm still betting that they go to the big tree. Betting they go here. But also, I kind of want to know what this is. And this is a loop, so let's go ahead and do it. Nope, that's the wrong button. There. Whee! Left goes... Yeah, that's where we want to go. All right. And away! It's fine. What could possibly ambush us all alone out here at night? Alright, random campsite. This is fine. If you find a campsite alone in the woods, no, you didn't. It's actually a nice tent, to be honest. Oop, oop, there's a thing. There's a thing. There's multiple things. Lunchbox. How do you like the knitting? Okay. Right, keep forgetting that. Oh, wait, a thing. UFOs! Agent Mulder was here. UFOs and you. It's very good. Ultimate guide to spotting objects unidentified. Ultimate guide to spotting unidentified flying objects. Writing this down in case it happens again and I forget. I got that feeling again. Hit me suddenly at 1:15 a.m. after I finished my AMA on the porch of the trailer. I got in the car and drove, chasing it. Starry night, not much moon. As expected, it led me past Bright Falls to Cauldron Lake. I tried to find the right spot, the right emotion, the right thought, the combination to have it all align to make it happen. Terrified it would. It didn't. Not this time. Frustrated, but relieved. I scanned the sky for shapes, the objects. Nothing. When I blinked repeatedly... When I blinked repeatedly, I think I saw the after image of an octahedron. It faded fast. When I got ready to drive back, I felt someone watching me. Here, but not here. It's him. I know it is. Does he know I'm getting close? I'm on the right track. I was right to come to Bright Falls. Alan Wake 2. The search for Alan Wake for some reason. Why do we want to find him anyway? Alright, this is the road back. Perfect. Good. We got a lunchbox. That was worth it. Any path that leads you to a lunchbox is a good path. Any plan in which you lose your hat is a bad plan. Two paths diverged in a wood, and I'm going to take this one. This way. To the ladle. Thank you, Pedro. I'm gonna paraphrase Girl Genius. I'm going to enjoy getting quoted for it. This place is falling apart. I don't remember this many downed trees.
The tracks lead into the water.
When we were here last.
Where'd he go from here? I can feel something.
Stop that.
A presence. Nightingale isn't far.
Oh, good. They brought these back. Love that they brought these back. Let's do some profiling.
I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
He seems like kind of a mediocre writer, to be honest.
Yeah. Threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
Ooh. A threshold. Like a doorway. Leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Witch's Ladle?
Good, we're on the same page. Heh, same page. That was an unintentional joke. We could go to the Witchfinder station, but we probably should get out of the freaking water, so I think I'm going to do that first. Bedroad, were you the one earlier who was saying that you kind of want like a picture-in-picture whenever we go into the mine place? So that we can just see people wandering past going, "Are you okay? Yeah, dude. Hello?" So, Witch's Hut is there. And the ladle is here. Okay, so we go back to the fork in the road and then, oop. Keep hitting tab to try and get out of that, and it just takes us deeper in. Back to the fork in the, whoop. Hello? Up. Here and to the right? There's the Witch's Hut. Which, as I mentioned, has to be the one place in this area that isn't haunted. Just by logic. Took away my compass, which I'm a little sad about. Witch's Hut is there, but where's the... We're back on the road. Crap. Overshot it. Alright. So, this way out? This way back here. Ladle. so we don't want that path. We want... to the left, away from here. Here, and this way? There we go. This way? Maybe? This way. Yes, okay. It looks different because the water's higher now, I think? Ah, there it is.
What is that? Seems like
oh.
it's reacting to the light. These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it.
We need to be able to... There we go.
My flashlight burned the dark stuff away.
Hooray!
It was covering another page.
We learned how to do the thing again.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
Let's see, is that going to work as far as... One second. I think we're going to need to switch up. Yeah, I don't think we need a separate one for that. That one's fine. For boost, let's do this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna do that. It's like these, for the moment, appear to do the same thing. Whoops. That's fine. We have more batteries. Alright. Who? Eh? Upgrades.
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic.
There we go. Manuscript pages.
The fuse was in place. She found it among the junk in the forest. Saga stepped inside the witch's hut.
Aha!
Something rushed through her. A presence. Familiar. She couldn't quite place it. Something long forgotten. She tried to hold on to it, but it was already gone. Inside, a bright light. Saga felt safe, like nothing could hurt her here. There were objects that stood out to Saga as if the light had manifested them, pulled them from the darkness. A shift in reality, heavy with hidden meanings. A coffee thermos, a shoebox, a mop and a bucket, a poster on the wall, and in the cabinet, another manuscript page.
A mop and a bucket. Is the janitor going to feature in this? I hope so. I hope we get to see the janitor from Control. That would make me very happy. Alright, so let's head for the witch's hut. We've read that already. Maybe the mop and bucket dance. I would also be okay with that. That's a dead end. Okay. It's further along this way? This way. That's fine, right?
This is the witch's hut.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Following up on a lead. Keep checking in.
Roger.
This fuse is busted.
Uh-huh. Oops. Stuck. Gotta go around this way.
The fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn on the lights.
Doop. This game went, like, hard into the Resident Evil direction, and I'm okay with it. Friday. Midge told me today that her family's moving away. This sucks. Haven't even told her that I like her yet. Oh, what's the point anymore? She said her parents want to get better jobs and get to a better school in a big city. I guess that's fair. Wants to stay in Bright fucking Falls. This is just we've stumbled onto the plot of Night in the Woods. So I told her. She said thanks. Fucking kill me. All right, that's sweet. Nope. All right.
This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though.
Jump scare? Right.
There's another lunchbox.
Ah, okay. I know things can get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. I don't like you, folks. I mean, I like that you're leaving me weapon upgrades, but you're spooky scary, and I don't like that part. Fuse. Right, Alan is watching over us doesn't make me feel better. Exactly. Oh! Safe room?
Making progress.
Does this make a safe room?
Sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
Okay. Alan, are you on one? Save! We can save now! Okay, this is the save mechanic they were talking about. Alright. Well, there we go. I told you, Witch's Hut, least haunted place. It's literally the safe room. Oh, those look delicious. Well. And there's coffee for everyone? Where's the mop and bucket? Where's the mop and bucket? I was told there would be a mop. I mean, there's a bucket. Some rope. Where's my janitor? Where's my weird uncle? Alright, fine. It's probably a good place to stop because we just got to save. It does look a lot like Resident Evil 2 and 3. I agree. And I think that was a good choice. Like, genuinely, if you're gonna crib from, like, the best. Because the RE2 and 3 remakes, like... Because they're still doing their own thing with the story. They didn't really need to reinvent the formula on the gameplay, so they're borrowing from the best there. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the burn them with the flashlight and then the shooty gun feels like it's gonna work a lot better in this than it did in the original Alan Wake. So that'll be interesting. Even the way she scoots around when you turn, yeah, the movement feels very RE Engine. Where's our interactive music video styled with some serious F-mod loops? Pretty sure the janitor was in the scene where we got led to the police station. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and look for that. Oh, delightful. We have like 5 minutes left. I could try to get to the next thing. You know what? Yeah, let's see if it all kicks off in the next 5 minutes here. What's our new goal? Interpret the page's meaning. Okay, well, cool. Then we can do that right here.
Witch's ladle, towering over Saga, watching her and the witch. The image of the witch in the sign. Nightingale's heart, a cold, dead lump in her hand. Her definition of sanity had changed since she arrived in this town. But she trusted the pages. Was forced to. Saga addressed the witch. She squinted to read the first part of the ritual words, the smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory, the words she had read on the page. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign. This was the key. The tree was the threshold.
Uh-huh. Nightingale's missing heart that went missing from the morgue is a key, and we put it through the hole in the sign, and we go to the other world? Is that... That's what we're doing? Alright, so we have... Oh, yeah, as long as we're here. Yeah. Take care of those. Is it...
Yup. Already got the answers to these.
Hooray! There we go. Oh. And now...
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual.
Ah, ha, ha. We're not streaming tonight, I don't think, so you got time. Oh, thank you. So yeah, we may run a little late then. Appreciate the heads up.
Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue.
Yeah.
Where is it now?
She's going to read the smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. Brought you the heart. So this is probably still that.
To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then push the heart through the hole in the sign.
And we still need to find where the heart itself is. Time for psychometry.
I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Where is it?
The cultist leaned close. He was there, but he was risen. Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more.
Oh, interesting.
Nightingale's heart. Where is it?
While they played cards in the general store.
Ooh.
The witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge.
I'm glad we poked around. We found the cards. I didn't know what they meant at the time, but apparently that's what that was. Okay. Neat. Well. Do we put that on the thing? It's not that. It's this. Oh. Alright. Then we go find it at the place with the stuff.
I need to check the general store for the heart.
Don't forget to save off and listen.
Kate,
I was just thinking
I'm
that.
headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
I've only been lost once in my life, Anderson. The years I spent with my ex-wife.
Really?
I'll find my way back, don't you worry about it.
Tropes, 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 tropes. Alright. Well, as, you know, even though we have the overage... Oh, we have to hold enter, I see. Even though we have the ability to go over, we don't have the need. I think that's actually a much better spot to end for the night, because yeah, we have a heading after starting on an awkward, like, going around in circles, being stuck, not sure how to work the clue board. Hey bud, you okay? Anything for me? There you go. Not knowing how to work the clue board, we finished on a very clear directive. Get to the general store, find the heart in a freezer, because we poked around enough to find the card clue, I guess, which is... I don't even know how that's related yet. I don't know that we'll ever know how these things are related, because Alan's not a very good writer. But that's what we're following, and luckily...
I mentioned the general store.
And luckily Saga's a very good psychic, and that's making up the difference. So that's where we'll pick up on Thursday with more of this. 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll come back to poke around and find a heart and read the lines. There was writing on the heart. I think we saw that last time briefly before it and the body left the morgue. So we'll read the words on the heart and recite what's on the sign, and then shove it through a sign, and then we'll go into the dark place, and I'm guessing that's when we'll finally meet Alan. That seems like the thing to do. Seems like the thing to do. So, on episode 3 of Alan Wake 2, we might finally meet Alan Wake 1. Sure, we'll find out. We'll find out on Thursday. In the meantime, be sure to check out our full stream team schedule at schedule.truck.community, where you can find all of our team of streamers and what they're streaming on what days at what times with links to their respective channels. We update that every week, every Sunday usually, and you'll be able to keep track of what's coming all week long. We've usually got multiple streams a day, not so much tonight, it happens occasionally, but we'll have a whole week's worth of fun stuff to enjoy. So yeah, check it out and go visit our team streamers and see what they're up to all week long. And I will hope to see y'all back here for more of this honestly very weird, very fun game. Actually, I can't call this one very weird. This is what I would call normal weird. We've streamed some very weird games. This is like middle of the bell curve for weird. But I am enjoying it so far. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted in a new Alan Wake 2 game. And I just hope it keeps doing that thing. That's right, Arthur. We'll find out if it does on Thursday. Alan Wake 2 is too high budget to be really weird. That's exactly the thought I was having. I'm like, it's really weird. I'm like, no, it's not really weird. We've seen really weird. This is not really weird. I know really weird, Sarah, and you are no really weird. Yeah, that basically that. But it is fun, and that I do enjoy. So, that's the end of my babble. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. I hope you have a lovely week, and I will hope to see you next time. Good night. Good night, Arthur, you silly boy.